In this short demonstration, I'm going to look at some of the landing page functionality within LAMP-360. I'm looking at an item of content here, and in LAMP, content, which can be various types, for instance a webinar, or this one's a white paper, and here's the actual PDF white paper, and here's the definition of the landing page. And very quickly, this looks in this in this case, fairly simple form, where we've got a banner area, we've got some text, HTML with an image in this area here, and we've got a series of questions and a call to action button. So if I look at this content definition, we can see how that's made up, and there's really two things here. So this one is of a type document that's been selected. If I unselect that, you can see we've got other types like just generic articles or webinars and seminars or media items, and a media item is where essentially we go to a third-party link like a YouTube video. But in this case we've chosen a white paper, and this is a white paper on lead scoring, and here we actually define the HTML. I'll just center that image, and once a user has clicked on the landing page and filled out the form, which is the rule in this case, then they could either go to another destination, or in this case a confirmation page, and that confirmation page, if I just click on that, I can see what it looks like, and it also allows you to access the document from that confirmation page. So that's the definition of the content, and there are a few other things like the rule here says that it's gated, and what gated means is that the registration form will appear, and on this front tab, this is where we say we're going to use a survey form, in this case called JP Test Survey. So JP Test Survey is a survey that in this case just has 4 fields there. Okay, we can have other surveys or forms where we have many more fields, and here's an example of a landing page where we've got the description very simply at the top rather than on one side and the form on the other, and then this is more of a survey, and you can see we've got radio buttons here, check boxes, tables of radios and check boxes, we've got drop downs, we've got rating scales, we've got slider bars, and a variety of different question types that allow us to set up fairly comprehensive surveys. So the survey and the content can be used as a simple registration page where we can ask for contact information and additional information, for instance such as industry, or we can use it as a standalone survey management system. And so here we can choose different surveys. You can see I've got quite a few test ones there in the system. And the rule here says whenever anybody registers for this piece of content, they get sent an autoresponder. It is gated. We alert the user. We can change the communication stream for marketing automation. We can add them to a target group again, which typically would mean the user contact would get additional campaigns sent to them, and we can add a tag to show what's happened to them. There's quite a lot of functionality here that can come from these landing pages. Also, many aspects of the style can be changed in terms of the fonts, the colors of the text and the background, so we can completely change this landing page to match the colors of your typical site branding. This content here has a particular survey in it, which is called JP Test Survey, and if I go to LAMP survey module, we can see the definition of the survey, and this just shows us each day how many people have submitted that. We can see the submissions over time, we can see what the questions are, and we also have down here individual answers for everybody who's responded to this survey and what their answers are. And if we click here, we can see a full set of answers. And in the case of the few contact fields, it doesn't really add a lot of value, but if you've got a full survey there, this is a very quick way of seeing what people are responding to your surveys. And this survey or landing page form has just the 4 fields. If we wanted to add additional questions to that, we can just select them here from the list of questions that are in the system. And if we want to create new questions, we've got a long list of questions. We can go here and we can give the question a name, and then we can choose the type, and it could be a contact field, so we're just updating contact record information with like first name, last name, email, etc. Or it could be many other types. For instance, we could have the drop down scale, or a table ranking, or a slider scale, If it's a slider, it says what the minimum values, what's the maximum, etc. And it allows us to set up the questions in the survey. We can also make them mandatory by checking this box here. So we could save that question, add it into the survey, and then that would immediately appear in this landing page. So LAMP allows us to define content, and typically we would often gate that. We don't have to gate. In other words, if it's gated, you have to register to receive that content, and we can control significantly the layout, the style, and the questions that have to be answered. If we look at an item of content, we also then see alongside it a summary here of the number of people who visited the landing page and how many people are registered, and we can see the individual registrations and leads or contacts that have been created. If we look at this one here, which has got it's a demonstration record, we look at that contact. We can then go and have a look at that contact, and we can see all the information that we have about that contact, which in this case is somewhat limited as it's a new record. But we can see here that we've sent them the autoresponder email. They've been put into a new target group and a stream, and have been sent a subsequent email. We can see the responses they've done to campaigns, that they've viewed some emails and they've registered for a piece of content, and we can see that they did fill out a survey. So the contact pulls together all the data, and the content is a way of generating leads. And this content can be used and linked to on a website. It can be sent out in an email, or it can be posted to social media, and we have the ability to post them to social media here. So the landing pages work hand in hand with the content, and a very powerful and unique feature of LAMP-360. Thank you.